What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl gospel. Let's get into this commentary. Hey, homies. So today I want to talk to you about Codi Bigsby. Codi Bigsby is a 4-year-old little boy who was reported missing by his father the morning of January 31st. We went through February, still no update, and now we're into March, and there's still no updates. There are now new billboards, okay, that are put up about the missing 4-year-old boy, Codi Bigsby, and with the information that says 1-800 call FBI with any information, right? Codi's father is behind bars for charges unrelated to his disappearance, okay? So he's not in jail because of Codi disappearing. He's in jail because of his negligence. Cory Bigsby was charged with 7 counts of felony child neglect stemming from incidents that go back to before Codi was reported missing. Okay? So he's in jail because of that. He's not in jail because of Codi is missing. They did not, put him together with that. But I feel he is a person of interest, but they say he's not locked up because of the disappearance of Codi. Now, people in the community have done candlelight visuals and stuff like that to light his way home, which I think is a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this article about what they're saying about 4-year-old Codi. It's now been more than a month since 4-year-old Codi was reported missing from his Hampton home, and members of the community want to make sure his name isn't reduced to an afterthought in people's busy lives. So they want his name to keep being out there, to keep being talked about. Spread, please share this video. Somebody has to know something. Somebody knows something about where Codi is. He's 4 years old. He deserved to be with his brothers. Okay, I hope he's still alive. But they did find his jacket outside in the wooded area behind the apartments. Okay, when I did the story on it. On one Saturday evening, a small group gathered at the Hampton soccer field in an effort to light the way home for the toddler. The fields are next to the Buckrow Point apartments where Bigsby was last reported to have lived. A tribute has grown along a chain-link fence, complete with dozens of stuffed animals, balloons, and a giant poster. It's the location where Shauna Clark of Newport News decided to invite people to gather to light a candle. Lighting the way home for Codi. We haven't given up on him, Clark said. Codi was reported missing by his father, Cory, the morning of January 31st. However, Hampton police have since asked for anyone who has seen Codi in the past 3 months, which goes back to mid-November, to come forward. So his father reported him missing in January, but they want to go back 3 months. Okay. Has anyone seen Codi around mid-November? And if you have, please come forward. That is what they're asking. Now, Cory Bigsby, 43, is the only person of interest in Codi's disappearance, according to the police. So before he wasn't a person of interest, but now he is. While he faces no charges in relation to his disappearance, Cory Bigsby is currently being held in jail on 7 counts of a felony child neglect for leaving his children at home alone multiple times as he ran errands. Police said a 5-year-old and 2-year-old twins lived in the home along with Codi. Now, there's no update on the investigation has come from the police in several weeks. Now, however, Chief Mark Talbot, in a recent town hall, doubled down on his detective efforts. I've put more resources into a case that I've put into this one in my whole career. This child deserves it, Talbot said last Friday. I could give you more direction if the people who said they love Codi Bigsby gave us more direction. Clark says she feels the chief's frustration herself. She has a 10-year-old daughter and is confused by the lack of information. Somebody knows something. This kid exists, okay, along with his brothers. How is it that no one's seen these children or seen Codi? I'm not buying that. Somebody knows something. Somebody's afraid to say something. It's almost like this kid didn't exist. There is no school. There is no medical. There is no friends. There is no neighbors. People who live right next door can't tell you the last time they saw this child. And it's giving me a feeling of Orrin and Orson all over again. Okay? It's because those kids was gone way before December. Okay, they were gone way before December. They was gone in September. And this is a case, something similar to that, because Codi's father reported him missing in January, but the police want to go back three past months, it's November. And you mean to tell me nobody's seen this child in November? Nobody's seen this child in December? Nobody's seen this child in January? There's no school records. There's no medical, no friends, no nothing. It's like he didn't even exist. It's like he didn't even exist. We're not going to always know everything they are doing. You have to trust and have to work together. The community has to work together. Clark said what is important to her is that people don't forget about Codi. Again, if he is missing, you know he's not deceased. Then he's out there and people should know. Bigsby said. So Shauna Clark, she's the organizer of lighting Codi's way home. And I'm glad that she's helping try to get, the word out there and everything like that. And I just wish people would speak about Codi a lot more. This is not on the major news network. I'm not reading about this in the New York Post, okay? And the New York Post posts more stuff that happened in other places, so they could post about this. Get this out there. Somebody has to know something. The father is in jail, okay, for neglecting his children. He's not connected yet to his disappearance. Now, as for the mother is concerned, I don't know too much about the kid's mom. I don't know too much about her. But I have seen cases where stuff like this happens, and it be the parents involved. I'm not saying the parents are involved in this case, but I have seen cases, okay, where stuff like this happen and the parents are behind it 100%. And it's crazy. The 5-year-old is not missing. The twins are not missing. Just Codi. Codi is missing. So you mean to tell me that somebody came in and just took Codi from out the house? Or Codi just walked out the door? I don't believe that. I believe the father knows something and he's not saying. That's what I believe. So now they have billboards up. The FBI is a part of this. So it's just really heartbreaking. It's frustrating. It's annoying because they live in an apartment complex. And you mean to tell me no one's seen this child at all? No one's seen him? No school records or anything? Nothing? I just don't understand how he just disappeared. How did he just disappear? How? Now, I'm going to also say this. So I went back to a post February 14th, okay? And this is what Chief Talbot had to say. Chief Talbot revealed that his department mishandled the case by not honoring Codi's father's request for legal representation. Talbot says Cory Bigsby was being questioned at the police department after reporting Codi missing the morning of January 31st. Ultimately made a confession in the early morning hours of February 1st following a polygraph test and a heated exchange with a lead detective hours into the interrogative process. Talbot says Bigsby originally waived his right to an attorney, but made a statement about wanting legal counsel in a follow-up interview. His desires should have been honored, and they weren't. The detective that violated procedure was relieved of his duties and placed on paid leave after Talbot was tipped about the issue that happened. Talbot, however, said that 7 felony child neglect charges, which are not directly related to Codi's disappearance, are sound and based on evidence gathered in the first hours of interrogation. So basically, the first detective that was on the case didn't do things properly, but things are properly done now because he's in jail for the appropriate reasons. But if he asks for legal counsel and they still question him, they're not supposed to do that, because once he asks for legal counsel, all questions must stop. But they keep interrogating him, and they get any information, that information could be excluded. And that's just from what I was reading here. So I think Cory Bigsby knows a lot more than what he is saying. Those little errands he used to run, somebody could have been watching him. Okay? It could be somebody he know that took Codi. But my thing is, Codi has a 5-year-old brother, and he has a set of twin brothers that are 2, and Codi is 4. If somebody wanted to take the children, why just take Codi? That's what I don't understand. Why just take Codi? Something is not right in this case, and I feel like it's going to be a while before we know the true answer to it, but I'm going to stay on it. I'm going to stay on this because something is just not right. Something is just not right at all. Something is just not right. Now, I want you guys to think about this. Codi Bigsby was reported missing by his father, right? Cory Bigsby. Cory said Codi was asleep when his father last saw him. When he woke up, he said Codi was nowhere to be found. I didn't see anything where the doors were pried open or a window was open or anything of that such. So why just take Codi? So I found a statement that the mother had released when it was all first happening. She said, I sincerely appreciate all the volunteers, rescue workers, police, FBI, news reporters, the community at large, family, friends, and everyone who is showing love and support for Codi. It truly warms my heart. I am praying for the safe return of my baby boy Codi. The search for Codi is still ongoing. The investigation is still ongoing. No one just disappears in the middle of the night. Who took Codi and why? Where is Codi? Those are the questions that I want to leave you with. And I'll talk to you guys later.